Hello, Standard 7. Today we are going to start with the last chapter, that is Jahangir, Shah Jahan, Aurangzeb, and the later Mughals. Okay, so you have to know here that Jahangir, Shah Jahan, and Aurangzeb were three great Mughal rulers who ruled during the 17th century after the death of Akbar. Okay, and all of them inherited and ruled over a vast empire which began to decline after Aurangzeb. Now let's begin with Jahangir. Jahangir ruled from 1605 AD to 1627 AD. Okay, his real name was Salim, Prince Salim. Okay, who was the son of Akbar, and he ascended the throne after the death of Akbar. And the title which was adorned by him was Jahangir, which means the person who conquers the world. Now, during his first half of his reign, Jahangir faced a major threat from his eldest son, Khusrau. Khusrau was imprisoned by Jahangir when he rebelled against him by plundering the area around Lahore. Now, here Guru Arjan Dev, he was the fifth Sikh Guru who also beheaded for providing aid or help to Khusrau in his rebellion. So a long and bitter struggle was sparked off after this incident between Sikh and the Mughal. The next which you have to remember is about Rajput policy. Now, what was he also like Akbar? Jahangir also adopted the same policy which was adopted by Akbar. So he maintained friendly relation with Rajput. He appointed many Rajput rulers at high post in his administration, and he also married many Rajput women. So this was his Rajput policy. The next, what type of ruler he was? He was capable and just ruler. Jahangir was a capable and just ruler. You also can write he was a kind and just ruler. And he cared for his subject and worked for his subject. Means he cared for his people and he worked for his people. Now, according to some sources, we come to know about chain of justice. So he installed a chain of justice outside his palace so that any person could complain against public official by ringing the bell and speak directly to the emperor. This was chain of justice where it was put outside his palace, and any person can complain against public official by ringing the bell and speak directly to emperor. Next you have arrival of the Englishmen. Now one of the most notable features of Jahangir's reign was that various Englishmen arrived in India for obtaining trade concession. To get trade concession, many Englishmen arrived during the time of Jahangir's period. So we see Captain W. Hawkins. He was the first Englishman who came to the court of Jahangir in 1608 AD. Now later, uh, uh, during his time only, during this Captain W. Hawkins, he sent a letter. Letter was sent by King James I of England of India to India along with Captain Hawkins. Okay, in which James I had asked the Indian king to give some trade concession to East India Company. So many English factories were set up at Bharuch and Surat in following period from 1612 AD onwards. The next you have to remember in 1615 AD, ambassador of the King of England, Sir Thomas Roe, visited Mughal court for getting trading rights and concession which Jahangir granted him. Okay, so here Sir Thomas Roe has left an interesting account of life at Mughal court. So here you have to remember that Englishmen arrived India for obtaining trade concession. Captain W. Hawkins, who was sent by King James with a letter to give some trade concession to East India Company in the court of Jahangir. Now, the 1615 ambassador of King England, Sir Thomas Roe, also visited the Mughal court. Now, the next we have Noor Jahan, very important personality. Now, Jahangir, he married Noor Jahan in 1611 AD. But who was Noor Jahan? She was the widow of Sher Afghan, a Persian noble who had been killed for treason. Now, what type of lady Noor Jahan was? Noor Jahan was a talented and ambitious woman. She was an intelligent woman. Now, why we say that she was an intelligent woman? Now, Jahangir took her advice on important administrative matter. Now, once she administrative matter means she started taking participation in the administrative matter of Jahangir. Okay. Now, once Jahangir was very sick. Okay. And when Jahangir was ill, she managed the affair of government. She managed the affairs of government when Jahangir fell ill. After that, she rose to power, gradually rose to power, that even coins began to be issued on her name. That shows that she became so powerful. Now she was having an influence over Jahangir. Now how? Her father Itmadullah and her brother Asaf Khan rose to prominent position in the administration because of her influence over Jahangir. So here Noor Jahan was an intelligent woman and Jahangir used to take advice from her in the administrative manner. So in today's class we will do only up to Noor Jahan. Next class we will start with Shah Jahan. Thank you.